The unpleasant doctor's recommendation to improve Lady Constance's health was not revealed right away, at least not to her. It so happened that one of the household butlers had delivered a fresh box of cigars to Lord Frederick's study at the very moment that Dr. Fuchsmus had come by to discuss the matter, and had thus overheard their entire conversation. If only the butler had gone more often to the theatre, if he had, he would have known that eavesdropping leads only to humiliating discoveries and unfortunate misunderstandings, tragedies, of people being run through with swords while cowering behind the drapes, tragedies. But the poor fellow had not had that luxury, and now he wasted no time in telling the other butlers all that he thought he had learned. They in turn told the housemaids, who told the scullery maids, who told the stable boys, and on it went. Soon the whole estate was in a hushed frenzy of anticipation. The staff whispered idly among themselves. The doctor says Lady Constance must travel to sea. I wonder which of us will be lucky enough to go. If that it was terribly exciting, for a trip to the sea in January could mean only one thing: a luxurious ocean voyage of some sort, most likely to southern Europe, but some place warm and lovely in taste. Some of the servants hoped for a French seaside and argued the merits of various resorts they had seen on picture postcards or heard about from their fellow servants at other estates. The weather in Deauville would be cool in January, but there was always Biarritz near sunny Spain, and Nice would be divine, nestled on the curving coast of the blue-green Mediterranean Sea. Others preferred the Italian Riviera, although whether the seafood was better in San Remo or Portofino was a matter of opinion, and if the goal was to bring Lady Constance to the water, why not a more exotic destination? A cruise down the Nile was all the rage among the adventurous English of Miss Lumley's day. Great wooden sailing ships called dahabiahs were devoted to this very purpose, taking wealthy travellers for a pleasant sail south from the pyramids of Cairo to the great temples and tombs of Luxor, then back again. But as is nearly always the case with gossip, the true facts were quickly overrun by the made-up ones, until it was impossible to tell them apart. It took 3 days for the ship of rumour to circumnavigate its way back to Lord Frederick, when the tailor politely inquired if his lordship would prefer his new bathing costume to have navy blue stripes or black. Italy, the Riviera, poppycock, Lord Frederick exclaimed, once he was made to understand why a new bathing costume had been ordered. England is an island nation. What? Perfectly good beaches all around. So what if it's January? Brisk temperatures and the invigorating salt air. That's what the doctor says Constance needs, and by then, that is what all she has. Plus, I hope she doesn't think we're going abroad. Someone needs to set her straight at once, or I'll never hear the end of it. Then he rang for Mrs. Clark. Alas, Lady Constance did think they were going abroad. In fact, she was already practicing her socially useful Italian phrases, but the rumors of a balmy holiday on the Italian Riviera had reached her ears too, and she was more excited about it than anyone. Buongiorno, sono Signora Clark. She worked when the housekeeper finally worked up the courage to come to her dressing chamber and deliver Lord Frederick's message. Dulcie trova il colacio? Good morning, Mrs. Clark. Where would I find a colacium? Charmed, I'm sure, my lady, Mrs. Clark replied with an anxious curtsy. I have a message for you from his lordship. The whole way there she had practiced saying, There's been an unfortunate misunderstanding, as Lord Frederick had instructed, but now that the time had finally come to speak, the words got all jumbled up from Nurse. There's been a fortnight of mist on the landing, she announced, staring straight ahead. Lord Constance frowned. A fortnight of mist? How odd. As for Frederick's message, don't tell me, please. Let it be a surprise, or let it seem like one, at least. But I already know he is planning a trip to Italy. My seamstress let it slip when she came to let out the waist of my skirt.